Hey guys, this is Return to Tennis. I'm your host Aaron. Thanks for returning. We're on day 4 of trying to fix the forehand. Just a quick recap of the other videos I've already put up. First day came out, we hit the Technifiber TF40 305. Super comfortable, good control, just a nice racket, man. Feels good on the arm. The only issue I had with it is there's a lack of power. There's not a lot of power in that frame. Hitting it one-handed, I had mixed results as far as my consistency, but hitting one-handed, it felt fine because I kind of generate a lot of my own power. When I switched to a two-handed forehand, because I'm trying to figure out a backup plan here if I can't fix my forehand, it felt really underpowered. I wasn't getting the same kind of drive with it. That's where I noticed. Second day we came out, we hit the Solinco whiteout, adjusted to 315 grams. The Technifiber was strung with Ghost and Poly Black. The Solinco was strung with the Solinco hybrid, the Tour Bite and the Vanquish strings. Good power, good control, good spin, good stability, good comfort. I'd have to say right now that the Solinco racket's right in the middle for me. It does a lot of things well. It doesn't do any one particular thing extremely well, but it's solid in all categories is how I feel with it. Is it as comfortable as a Technifiber? No, but it's pretty comfortable racket. But it has, I feel I get more power out of it than I do the Technifiber as a frame. And it is definitely more stable. It's probably the most stable of everything I've hit so far. They put those extra weight at 3 and 9 on the frame, and that really made a difference in the stability of it. Third time we came out, third day, I told you guys I was going to hit the Diadem Elevate Tour FS. That's the newest model. It's strung with a Solstice Black, which is a Diadem string for spin. It's a very good string. I get great spin with it. Warmed up with the racket. Before we started filming, I warmed up some. Same results on the forehands. One-handed forehands, hit or miss, slightly getting better. Two-handed forehands, a lot more consistent. With the Diadem, I definitely more power. The frame is a stronger frame for power. It hits good power. I had good control with it and good spin. It is not as forgiving on the arm. The comfort is not as good as the Solinco or the Technifiber, but I do get more power out of the racket. It's not as stable as the Solinco either. That extra weight the Solinco put on its sides really helps. I like the Diadem. I really do like how it feels. I feel like the Diadem is a little less forgiving if you are off center. If I hit the sweet spot on the Diadem, it's great. If I'm a little off, it's bad. I spray the ball somewhere weird. The other two frames, if I was off the sweet spot a little bit, it wasn't too bad. Like I could still manage to get the ball in the court. The problem is I said I was going to film hitting that one, and then about the second to last ball I hit, I broke the strings. So we had to bring in a substitute, and it was a special substitute. It was the Wilson Pro Staff 6.6 Tour Classic. That racket's about 25 years old. I had it just recently strung with the cheapest string I could get at the club, the Wilson Synthetic Gut Power, I think is what the string was. It was the cheapest string they had. Kind of twangy on the string, but the racket hit great. Very comfortable, very solid, very stable, a lot of power. I was crushing even two-handed forehands, which I hadn't really done well for power. I was smashing them. But I think if I was only hitting with the racket two-handed, I'd be fine. I think it's going to tear my shoulder up on serves. The thing's 356 grams. When I was young, that wasn't a big deal. Now, I don't know if my shoulder can take that for very long. I think about 45 minutes, an hour in, I'm going to be dead. It's a lot of weight. But man, it's a good racket. It's a good racket. So we kind of figured out that on the swing, I have some kind of circular wind up before I hit my one-handed forehand that I was not doing prior to that first day out. It started to just kind of happen organically by itself. It wasn't something I thought about. I just suddenly kind of started doing it, and it felt really familiar, very natural. And I think that's part of my original swing. And I'd kind of lost that to time. I'd forgotten how to do that. So we've been working with that. We're getting a little bit more consistent on the forehand. The two-handed forehands are feeling better, but they are still the more consistent of the two. Now, I did promise you guys I was going to hit a Diadem on film, and I am. I have another Diadem. I have the 2018 model of the Elevate, the Tour Elevate. It does not have the foam stabilizing technology in it. It doesn't. It's not an FS. It's strung with Lux Salon Alu Power Soft. We're going to hit that today. We're going to get some film with that racket. And I've got another vintage racket today. I pulled one out of the old days. The last racket I ever played with before I stopped playing. Racket's about 23 years old. It was strung up about a year ago, but I didn't really hit it. So we're going to pull it out today at the end and see how it feels. We'll see you guys here in a minute. All right, guys, we're a little warmed up now. Hitting the Diadem Tour Elevate. This is not the foam-filled one. Warmed up with it. Hit some decent forehands, one-handed. Far more that were into the net or out the back of the court. Hit 3 over the fence. Two-handed forehands were great. Good power, good control, nice spin. I'm starting to get a feel of how to control where I want to hit on the court. Hitting cross court, hitting inside out, outside in motion. I'm getting that feel for it. I didn't really have that two-handed when I started. I just wish I could rein in my one-handed one. We're going to try it out. You're going to get some footage of me hitting a Diadem, strung with Lux Salon Alu Power Soft. Let's see how this goes. Same results we've been getting. My ability to hit the one-handed forehand has improved, but not significantly so. I'm still struggling. Not as comfortable. Not as comfortable as the Technifiber Solenko, but definitely more power. The FS version is actually more comfortable than this. This just feels a little unforgiving. But, as I said, I do have one more today. We are going back old school. And we have today an Astuza Power Beam. This is not the Provantec. Old Borsbecker red and blue. Shock absorber frame, it says. I've had to regrip it with a Bobble-Lot grip. It's not bad. The Diadem's a bit better, I feel. 92 square inches. Let's see how this goes. This thing feels small. A lot of weight. Dead spot right in the middle. I got that ball down. There's one. Oh, I'll take it. Two. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Almost. Ball short. Just a two-hand. Oh, a lot smaller. Stiff, solid. It feels like it doesn't have the power that the Wilson Pro Staff had. Again, this is a smaller head, but it's almost as heavy as the Pro Staff. This brings in at about 350 plus grams of weight. I had more success hitting forehands in, surprisingly, when I was solid on it. It's a little smaller size, a little harder to find the sweet spot, but fun racket. I played with this for a couple of years, very well actually, when I was still playing regularly. So, but now it's a little hard for me to swing. dude's power beam. Felt good. I liked it. I liked it. Still, I wish it wasn't so heavy. But that's all we got for today. Thanks for tuning in. This is Return to Tennis. Wishing you many happy returns. And we now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.